So while she's working on the switch, I'll talk a little about myself before we start about the presentation, right? So as she said, I'm Gaurav, and we've been into the business for the last 10 years. And the company actually I founded, I went to school here in New York, NYU, from 2001, 2005, graduated, and the whole corporate world wasn't for me. So I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So I went back to India actually, where I'm from, and I started the company Saffron Tech. Today we are a team of about 150 people, so we have scaled quite a lot in the last 10 years. About 85% of my business happens in North America, and I spend about 3 to 4 months here. But this year we've started our own office here in New Jersey. So, how many people know about search engine optimization? Just a show of hands. Great. So I don't have to really go deep into making you understand what SEO is. Great. So just a quick reflection on what search engine optimization does. So it really gets the right kind of relevant keywords on top of search engines, so that you can get the user base that you want to, what is relevant to your business. Local listing, on the other hand, is more localized. So if you have a business which is more localized, like you're a restaurant which caters to the local, your area, or you're a plumber or whatnot. So it's more local listing that you should be going after than search engine optimization. So I like this image. It kind of reflects what is happening in the whole marketing world today, So people are working hard, they want their brand to be promoted, but they're doing it the wrong way. And when somebody tries to tell them that, hey, we can help you, more often than not, they feel that they're doing the right thing, but they don't get where they want to be. So you need the right direction. If you have the right direction, and if you're moving in the same way that you need to be, you'll get where you want to go. So let me talk about digital marketing as a whole first before I really get into the SEO and the local listing side of it. So digital marketing really kind of caters to these topics that we talk about right now. It's SEO, AdWords, which is more like paid ads for Google, Bing, other search engines. Email marketing, which is still very relevant and really helps businesses to really target the kind of audience that you want to reach out to. Social media, building over time, and it's really getting strong as the day goes. Conversion optimization, very strong tool, because once you have the traffic to your website, you want it to convert. You don't want people to get onto your website and bounce back. You want them to either give you a call, fill a form, so that's conversion for you. And the data analysis. So you want to see what is going on, what are the goals like, how many people are coming to your website, where the traffic is coming from, and you want to do your analysis and really take your decisions from there. So SEO we really spoke a little about, so I'm going to go to the next slide. How does SEO really help? So it increases traffic, relevant traffic to the business. It increases brand awareness. So your brand is everything, your personal brand, your business brand. So you want your brand to be out there in front of the people that you want it to be. It bypasses competition, so there is competition all across, it's just increasing. So how are you different? How do you showcase yourself differently from your competition is something which it does. It lets you dominate your industry, and I feel as a business person that is one of the most important thing that you want to do for your own business. In the industry that you are in, you want to dominate that. You want to tell your users that you're the best in what you do, and SEO presence helps you do that. Of course, it betters your conversion. And you're open 24/7. Even though if you're not working, your business is always working for you. That's the beauty of it. So I'm going to get a little more technical just for you to understand how SEO works. So the 5 major points of it is content, on-page, mobile, because mobile is the strongest medium for anyone to search you, and backlinks, local citations. content is the king. You want to have great content written about your brand, about your product, about the website that you're trying to promote. If you have the right content published online, search engines love that. So that is the first thing you want to do for your business. Technical SEO or on-page SEO is something what we do on the website. So you have a website, you want to make sure that it's done right, all the errors, webmasters. There are a list of about 40 things that we do on the technical side of SEO that you want to make sure it's done good. Mobile, you want your website to be responsive, mobile responsive, the load time should be low. There are different types of mobile phones all around, so you want it to be sure that it looks fine on all the different platforms. Because believe it or not, about more than 70% of search today happens on mobile rather than desktops. Backlink profile, so this is more technical. If I start speaking about it, it's going to take the whole day of the presentation. But just to give a quick, quick understanding of it, what it does is it kind of creates links outside your website on the web. So you want to have contextual, high authority links with other websites which are from the same industry to get power onto your website and show high on search engines. Local citations, I will cover more on the local listing side of it. It's quite similar to what we're talking about here. So local optimization. So if you have a small, medium-sized business which really caters to that local area, one thing that you want to do is you want to be local optimized. It serves local within the area, as I said. It really helps you expand in the local territory. So what are the benefits of local optimization? Very similar to search engine optimization because it really helps you to brand, dominate that industry and everything that we spoke about. But what it does is it kind of grabs a spot on Google Maps search. So whenever you search for a keyword, you see those Google Map, those listings there. So you want your business to be listed on that 3 spots which comes in. So that is what local optimization does for you. So it increases business calls and it increases business calls which are relevant to you. So people who are calling in, looking at your local citation are much more to be converted as a business to you because they really need you. They look for businesses who are locally and they are going after what you are trying to give to them. It helps, of course, build trust and credibility. Whenever you show up, people know it. It's like going through a highway and looking at your banner down there. So that's one thing that it does. So what are the 3 big factors of getting your local optimization done? First, Google My Business. So you need to get that page. NAP consistency, which is name, address, phone number. So you want to have the same name, the same address, the same phone numbers all across the web for you to get that listing. And third, reviews. I think Mindy spoke a little about reviews, and I personally feel, as she says, reviews is the most important thing you want to get out there for yourself. Because people don't trust what people say today. People trust what anonymous people say on the web today. That's how business is done. So we spoke a little about this, and that's it really. I wanted to spend about 10 minutes talking about this, and I want to open up to questions because I think a lot of you would have gone through a lot of information what I said. But if you have any specific questions, I'm ready to take them now. Yeah, please.
How important is Twitter, do you think, of the social media platforms? It seems like, for me, I don't really get it, but it seems like everybody is utilizing it, and I just don't get it. So is it important, more so than Facebook or, LinkedIn or Instagram or, whatever else?
So it really depends on what business you're in.
Yeah.
Twitter is very important if you're promoting your personal brand out there. So if you're talking about yourself and people kind of follow you, you are a public image, then Twitter is really important. But if you're just a business, a local business, it's not really so much, because Twitter is giving out information in quick bites about what is happening around you. And people don't, let's say if you're a restaurant, people just don't want to go on Twitter and read about, a different dish that you're making every day. It's not relevant information. So for a business, I think in social media terms, it really depends on what kind of business you are. Facebook is, of course, it's one of the most premium things where people look at, so Facebook is important. But if you're more like in the fashion business, then Instagram, Pinterest, those kind of things are more important. If you're a lawyer, if you are a real estate broker or in that business, then you need to work on more on your LinkedIn profile and have to have that kind of be authority. So to answer your question straight, I don't think Twitter is that of an importance unless you're really building your own brand. So every platform has a different kind of audience which is following that platform too. So, and I say not so much about the search engines, just think about the users, right? People who are following you on Facebook or following you on Instagram or Pinterest are different kind of followers. So you need to have the content which is gonna apply to that following. So do I make sense here? Yeah, so if you kind of follow those simple rules, I think you will know what content should go to what platform. You have a question, right?
Yeah, I do. Maybe you want to explain to the crowd the advantages or disadvantages of using something like Hootsuite to utilize and push out.
Absolutely, and that's a tool. Hootsuite is a tool which allows you to curate all the content on that tool, and then you can schedule the content to be given out at any given day or time. So you don't have to be sitting on Facebook, sitting on Twitter, or different platforms that you have. So you can schedule, you can write the content in one go, schedule it, and it kind of goes out when you want it to be. So that's the advantage of it. I don't really see any disadvantages or con for Hootsuite unless it kinds of curtail sometimes the whole creativity, because when you're scheduling content, you're really thinking about a process here, and social media is more about creativity of what you think today of your business or what you think is happening around the world today and how is it relevant to your business. So that's the only con I can think of, while scheduling your post. You wanna